So hi, this is Laura Jane, and I decided to make a video to answer a little question I got from a good friend of mine about why would we have resistance to starting our yoga practice. And this friend of mine is even starting a group to support each other with all the people who feel like they want to or should be doing yoga, but yet notice they have all this resistance about it. So it is fun for me to answer this, like why would we have resistance about it and what can we do about it? So the first couple things that come up for me are, first of all, we can get over our bad selves in that, remember, yoga just means union or to connect or to join or to reconnect. So really, yoga just means anything that reconnects us, anything that realigns us, anything that gives us that feeling of alignment. So when you remember that, it's like, why would you resist that, right? And so, first of all, that's what yoga means. So I think just remembering what yoga means and being willing to redefine it and open to the true definition will help you open through your resistance if you have resistance about yoga. But then, yes, if it's about the mat practice, if you really want to be weaving in more of the mat practice, and that's what you mean, first of all, be clear about that you're just saying you want to add more mat practice. So that's cool. But I think here, a lot of us, I'm realizing that a lot of people have gotten really misconstrued, misaligned about what yoga is and what it can be on the mat. It's not about doing things that hurt. It's not about becoming more bendy. It's not about doing tricks with our bodies. So if you think yoga is something that hurts and that maybe the enlightenment is about getting through something that feels terrible and you're just glad you're done, then I'm sorry for you that that's been your experience of it so far. And really, we can kind of look to the fact that media has really portrayed yoga as this like athletic, almost like circus style activity. And even the sun salutes. I don't think sun salutes are appropriate for a lot of bodies, especially at first. So if even a sun salute feels like something that doesn't feel right for your body, maybe you should be listening to that. So that's where I want to bring this up as well, that if you're coming at your yoga and even at your mat practice really to see what's going to tune you, it may be that what you're being taken through in a general class is not appropriate for your body, and it's not going to get you where you want with your reconnectedness or your feelings of health or fitness. It may injure you. It may make you feel worse. It may disconnect you. So not all yoga is created equal. And the mat practice, too, is not supposed to be about torturing yourself or overriding intuition or pushing past something that hurts in the name of enlightenment or health or strength or endurance. So, yes, we can do things that feel challenging. Yes, building our strength is important and part of every practice that I use and create. But it's not about hurting ourselves. It's not about pushing past pain or through pain. And so we need to really get a fresh look of what the mat practice can be as well. So that's where I get to help people really personalize a practice. I think nowadays it's most appropriate for most of us to start with something that's more personalized, to attend to what we're working with, what's out of balance for you, whether it's with your body, your mind, your spiritual life, and building a practice that addresses that. So go easy on yourself if you've had resistance, because first of all, maybe it's been keeping you from hurting yourself or doing something that actually was not appropriate, and that's why you didn't want to do it. And secondly, remember, yoga just means union or to connect or to realign yourself, and anything that you do in the name of that, you can call your yoga. And then I guess thirdly, if there's still resistance, then maybe that's the resistance of anything new we want to try that's part of our opening up, part of our awakening, part of our creative expression even, that there may be some resistance to letting go of the old, of even the old story of who we were, whether that be symptoms or moods or things that we've used to define ourselves. So it may be a little scary to open up to letting that go and redefining who we are, and doing that through yoga. And it's totally how it works. But yeah, so if you still have resistance, then maybe just honor that like, wow, it tells you you're nearing one of your windows, but it is about moving through that gentle, if it's just about like, ooh, I'm scared of what'll happen if I open up to who I am, and if I really let myself focus on feeling better and tuning me, that's the kind of resistance. Yes, let's look at it, let's work with it, let's transform it. But yeah, really, yoga is just about reconnecting. So I'm here to help, and to just help us all really remember it's just a practice of reconnecting for you, and that you can decide what your yoga is, whether you get on the mat or not. So thanks for listening. We'll turn this into another modern yogi secret, and so thankful to share these practices, perspectives, and yes, even the psychology of yoga. Because remember, yoga is a system of psychology more than anything. The mat practice is just part of that. So thanks for listening. So happy to share. Namaste.